Hey y'all, this is Straight from the Coffin with two goths in a coffin. I'm Amari.
And I'm Jude.
And we are back with another can't take nothing serious.
No.
We are back with another episode from our Bloody Delight series where we're talking about vampire films that we really enjoy, that we really love. And this is our third installment. Yeah. I also can't remember shit. If we're being completely honest.
I was counting. I was like, it was Sinners, and then A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night.
Yeah.
And I think, that's this one.
Yeah. So as you said, we've done two so far. We talked about Sinners and we talked about A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. Both of those are two excellent films.
Absolutely.
And you should definitely go and watch them if you haven't, which is crazy for Sinners because Sinners, it's the whole thing. But, go watch them, go listen to our previous episodes, and then, come right back here because now we are talking about The Lost Boys.
I'm like, what is there to say? It's like literally like iconic like 80s movie, iconic a horror movie. The only horror comedy I genuinely think is like enjoyable to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are painful to me.
As they are to me. Though I did watch one the other day that was okay. It was still pretty painful, but I went in knowing that would be I'm trying to watch some more like holiday winter horror films, and this was like a horror comedy that I watched. It's called like Werewolves Within. It was cringe, as all horror comedies are, but it was still kind of funny actually though. So I'll give it a little pass, but yeah.
It's also like sorry, back to Lost Boys. Let's say it's also an iconic like staple in the goth community.
Yeah,
you can't go to a single goth club without them playing Cry Little Sister at least once.
It's so true. So we had to pick this one. We had to talk about it.
It was very formative for baby Jude, who saw this movie at the age of 12, which was really crazy because like my mom had a very strong anti-vampire stance, except for this movie.
Funny. That's so funny
because she liked. Here's the thing. My mom was very strict about what we did and didn't watch unless she personally liked the thing, and then we were allowed to watch it.
That's actually kind of funny. I feel like my dad was kind of that way.
It's like really strict, and there was a thing I saw going around with people being like, did your parents pre-screen media? And I was like, yeah. And people being like, that's kind of crazy. And I was like, oh, I mean, it is, but also...
my mom didn't even bother to like pre-screen anything. She just like automatically, if it had to do with magic, we're not watching it. If it had to do with this and that, not watching it. So I didn't watch The Lost Boys until a little bit later in life, but I really enjoyed it. I wish I could, dress up like Marco and,
Oh my gosh. All of the boys.
He's my assigned twink.
Are like powerfully bisexual and have like such great gender vibes with their outfits.
The gender is so good.
There's something about like that specific type of like 80s masculinity that in the present day feels so fucking gay. Positive. And I'm just like, it's so fun. And like I saw a thing, I guess this is kind of on and off topic, but like of this person being like, straight men especially like today are so afraid of being seen as gay that they're now like dripless. Like no fun clothes.
Because we kind of talked about that. And like when they do, it's very performative feeling. It's not like genuine.
Meanwhile, in the 80s, men were wearing like short shorts and crop
Between
tops.
the 70s and the 80s, like I just want to like bring that back, but like for real, like you have to
be a little bit.
You have to actually be. Yeah, you got to be a little gay.
Yeah, you gotta be a little gay in order to have fashion.
You can't be afraid to be a little gay.
Yeah, otherwise you're gonna be
be genuine about it. You have to live it. I mean, you don't have to like go out and, but also but like you can't be afraid to like look a little gay. Like be a little gay. Like
there's the basketball player whose name is
You want me to know basketball players?
It's Dennis Rodman.
Oh, yes.
My brain was just like, it begins with a D. And I was like, I know, because his outfits are amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Yeah.
Best dressed man in sports.
Like, that's the energy you have to come with.
You really do.
If you otherwise, like, you probably look like shit. I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Honestly,
there's only so many ways you can wear a hoodie and sweatpants and like visible socks and your sneakers. I'm not calling it a good outfit.
God, it's sickening. It's boring. It's
Yeah.
boring.
Yeah.
You're boring.
But also, like, to steer it a little bit back to the movie, because I'm like, we're just having a conversation.
That's fine.
This one's going to be a little bit more casual than all our other ones, because, like,
there is some things to kind of get into.
There's conversations to be had, but really, this is a very fun time.
Yeah.
So we're just having a fun time. But also, like, there is something to be said about the fact that, like, Joel Schumacher is a gay man making this. So he's like, the boys hot. They gotta be hot. So it's just like their outfits gotta be hot.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know, you know.
No, like, I honestly, that was one of the main things I was definitely going to bring up that I enjoy about this movie is just like the fashion. The fashion is great.
Oh my god, this is kind of, I don't know if this is cringe, but like, for most of my late teens to like early 20s, I famously wore like only one earring. Like I would wear one dangly earring, and it was because I wanted to be like David from the Lost Boys. Oh my
god, you're so annoying. Please.
Because I was just crying. Like, I love the look,
but it is a good look, and now everyone wants to do it kind of performatively again. Once again,
but like. Yeah, this was a little bit before it became like a big performative thing, and I was thinking like, I wish this look would come back, and I was like, I can just do that, and so I just did it.
Yeah.
And now I don't really do that very much anymore, but I do have a lot of single dangly earrings that I like mix and match with other stuff because I was wearing, at the time, only one earring, and it was a long dangly earring.
Were you just buying single earrings or something?
Yeah, there's lots of people who just sell single earrings.
Oh, okay.
Especially on Etsy.
Okay, interesting. You're gonna have to put me on to some of those.
Flesh and Bones on Etsy. I think he's from France. That's where I got my first couple ones from.
Okay. But speaking of earrings and being gay. Michael coming into his bisexuality through the new piercing that he had and his new little fucking earring.
I do. Okay, so
signaling.
So maybe we should, if you have, it's kind of easy to me if you haven't seen the Lost Boys. Let's get into the Lost Boys.
Let's we can give a little background.
So here's the summary, the loose summary, which is
this is your job.
Yeah, I got it. I've seen it. This is my first pick. The first two, well, I guess Sinners was a joint pick, but then Girl Walks Home Alone at Night was Amari's pick. So this family moves to Santa Carla from Phoenix, and they're composed of Lucy, the mom, played by Diane Wiest, Michael Emerson, played by Jason Patric, and then Sam Emerson, his younger brother, played by Corey Haim. And I love their mom. She's really chill. She's really fun.
She's so cute.
She's really cute. I really enjoy her as like because I feel
she's a good mom.
Yeah, they very easily could have made her a nag, but she's like really chill and just really wants to like hang out with her kids and have them be like okay. Because also something I find really cool about the movie is that she's divorced and they don't ever treat it like it's a bad thing. Like a lot of other ones would kind of make her seem like a bad person for getting divorced. Like important historical context, which is no-fault divorces were pretty new still in the 80s. That happened kind of in the 70s.
Yeah.
So the fact that she just got divorced and then she's just seen as like a normal lady, I think is also really cool.
Yeah, just getting back into the swing of things.
Yeah, moving back in with her dad, who's just credited as Grandpa. Anyway.
Weird.
But does he have a name? They only call him Grandpa, and she calls him Dad. Anyway, so they're in this town.
Also, their dog.
Their dog, Nanook. who's a husky.
Yes.
Which I think is crazy.
Yeah, in the middle of the fucking...
Considering they had a husky in Arizona and then brought the husky
to wild.
California.
What were y'all doing? Okay.
But they moved to Santa Carla and kind of like immediately they know that something's weird and off because like there's the big famous like iconic like Santa Carla, murder capital of the world, spray painted on the back. And then
I do like how they kind of drop you into like the music and kind of showing you a little bit of like the area and that sign. Like I really love that whole.
I also like, really I love that. I also really love the shots of like the people. Just walking, because,
I love that so much.
Like we also tried to watch the sequels.
Oh my god!
And they tried to do something similar in Lost Boys: The Tribe, but it didn't work because it felt so off. I don't know. There's something about like that sequence in the original movie that feels not judgmental.
It feels very like real and genuine.
Yeah, and you see like a lot of different types of people.
I know, and everyone you see with the other one was being like surfers and and I don't know, like.
And this one, like you see like you do see like surfers and you see people just chilling on the beach, and then you see like the goths, and then you see
it's such
like
a mix,
like just normal like Mexican people chilling, like, and having fun and hanging out, and like it's just like a mix of people, and it's just like I think to be like this is a place where there's like where no one's gonna really stand out because everyone there's like a big this attracts a lot of different type of people here, so you can kind of be a vampire in this space because no one look at everybody else
exactly
here. Like there's so many different types of people here.
It's easy to get lost.
It's easy to get lost. And also, I love during that sequence that they don't make a huge point of it until the very end when you see someone putting one up. But almost in every single one of those shots, you see a missing persons poster. So it's just like, while you have all these people who are just living their lives, there's something bad here. And like, I do find that super interesting. And I find that element, another like historical thing that I find interesting is that like, it's coming... I don't say like right off because it was still kind of happening still, like the serial killer boom in the US that kind of happened in the 1970s and kind of continued through like the 80s. So like that also was a part of just normal life where people were disappearing, which is a crazy moment in history. But like, yeah, that just being a part of it too. But then people like just living their lives regardless. It's like you got to keep living your life no matter what, even if there's vampires here. So anyway, there's this really homoerotic saxophone player performance.
Yes.
Where the guy is oiled up in a Speedo.
Like why? Like what's going on here?
Yeah.
The way I'm stupid and did not know this was like an actual like guy.
Yeah. I didn't know for sure either, but like obviously at first, but then like he's listed on the like the soundtrack and whatever, so it's like, oh okay, so this guy. I used that scene to sell my roommates into watching it because I was like, there's this scene in The Lost Boys where there's this like guy who's like bigger than you'd think, and he's oiled completely
glistening,
long ponytail, wearing a Speedo, and he's playing the saxophone, and he is into it.
Kind of real though.
Yeah, and then it's like in that scene, like with this performer where we have Michael C. Starr for the first time, which I think is really interesting too. And Starr is she's the female love interest. Yeah. She's just there to be there.
She's pretty though.
She's really pretty. She's got a cool energy.
Love her hair.
Yeah, she's got great hair. Played by Jamie Gertz. And yeah, that's kind of where that starts off. And I'm trying to remember what all. And then that's where we also meet David for the first time because Michael goes to follow her. And then this biker gang that we see at the beginning of the movie shows up again, and she gets on the back of David's motorcycle, and there's this very homoerotic tension as well. Yep. This is also like
blooming bisexuality.
But also like Lost Boys is one of a genre that I jokingly coined or like said to Amari when we were rewatching it is a Interview with the Vampire like.
Oh yeah, you just
where
and it is kind of true.
Yeah, because like, and then we learned when we were looking into it, it's like they had like read Interview with the Vampire and they were thinking a lot about that.
Yeah.
And so like Michael is very clearly supposed to be like a Louis analog, and like David is very clearly supposed to be a Lestat analog. And so I do find it interesting that there's an element in this that wasn't in the book but is in the show, where it's like David shows up and immediately starts negging Michael as a way to flirt. Because like there is an element of like in the show, like a show analog of like Lestat getting Lily to like spite Louis in that moment to like flex his power and like his, you know, masculinity and whatever, that he's got the girl and whatever, he has the means, and you know, you just have to deal with it. But like it is really funny to me.
It's true, you know.
Yeah. And I think it's also in this moment that like Sam meets the Frog Brothers.
Yeah, he meets the Frog Brothers at the comic book store. And he has this cool little outfit, and they try to clown him for it, which I think was a homophobic.
Yeah, this is a microaggression.
For sure.
Then I think that was close. Edgar and Alan Frog, played by Corey Feldman and Jameson Newlander,
yes,
respectively, I believe. Yeah, Edgar is Corey, Alan is Jameson. And they're like, you should read this. And they hand him like a vampire comic book. And
it's for your own safety.
Yeah, and these kids are so fucking dweeby. They're like dressed in like Rambo gear, but like they're...
I had a lot of nerd to be talking about.
Yeah, his outfit.
Sam's outfit. Okay, like, have you looked in the mirror? But anyways.
Yeah. But yeah, and then, you know, Michael and David keep running into each other again and again until...
Also, it's within this kind of sequence that also the mother
the mom Lucy meets Max, who runs the video store. Yeah. Also, I think it's really fun that her name is Lucy, because I kept thinking of the Dracula, like, a parallel of it too. I'm like, oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Also, in that scene, it is interesting that their first meeting is her like trying to help this like lost little boy.
A lost boy, you might say.
Lost boy.
Lost boy. No. But yeah, she like tries to take care of this kid, like. And she comes in because she's looking at the help wanted sign, but immediately, like, you know, first comes in to be like, this little kid is lost, and then like is, you know, helping keep watch over him. Yeah, which is really, I think, like, I don't know, I like that as like a character moment for her. And yeah,
so like
going into it, Michael and David keep running into each other, and then David kind of goads him into, because Michael also rides a motorcycle, into riding with them and taking him to like their secret lair. I also find it really interesting that
this is after. Wait.
Oh yeah, the ear piercing.
The thing is that Michael comes back and he's like, you know, I gotta start wearing like leather jackets so I can be cool like these little...
Because I think there's like a dual nature in that of like, it on the one hand, it could be him trying to look like the guy that Star's with to kind of appeal to her, but also in another way, it's Michael trying to like make himself more like David.
Yeah.
Like adopting that. And
it's definitely like both things.
Yeah, where it's like, this is something that is attractive and I'm gonna put it on too.
Yeah.
And I think that's really, you know. But yeah, they go to the lair. I also think it's interesting in the montage they were playing a song by The Doors, and then when you get to the lair, there's like a picture of Jim Morrison there too. And they do this whole mind game sequence with like food. Like they make him think he's eating maggots in a line that me and my sister quote to each other, which has no context or usage, but we'll just say a lot to each other like, maggots, Michael, you're eating maggots. That's just a random line that we'll just be like saying. But yeah, makes him think he's eating maggots, makes him think he's eating worms, and then later is like, drink out of this bottle. And when Star's like, it's blood, he's like, no, it's not.
Because I already played games with him the entire time. Yeah. So he's like, whatever.
And so he drinks this special blood out of a crazy bottle and then wakes up and feels a little strange.
So whose blood is that? Was that actually?
I don't think that was, because they say it's David's, but I don't think it's David. I think it must be Max's. It has to be the
head vampire then, right? So they just have like a bottle of his blood just like sitting around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I also think it's important to note that at this point we see that like there's a little boy with them. Like,
yes.
That's hanging around Star, but is like in the lair, which to me is not great.
It's not.
It's not good.
No, I don't know. We don't have to get to it now, but we did wonder. It did make us think, why does the head vampire, this like grown man, go after like all these young men and young boys?
These like teens, and then grabs this little boy.
It's weird.
It is very weird.
I've never seen anyone like think about it further, but it's weird. But yeah, we can get back to it.
I'm sure there's someone who's written about it, that people have talked about elements of this movie before, but like, you know, obviously, but like, yeah, there is something to be said about like there's like the predatory nature of it, and then also like the glorification of youth, and so like forcing them to be preserved in this state. That I think is also really like an interesting avenue for like looking at them, because like while these are in classic 80s fashion, these are like grown-ass adults playing teenagers, like, so they just look like adults. They're not technically adults. They're in high school.
Yeah.
Or they should be in high school.
Yeah.
But something happened and now they are stuck in like this in-between space. And like the writers, because we had looked into it a little bit, like had said that the title came from like Peter Pan, obviously, and the Lost Boys, and originally everyone was supposed to be a lot younger.
Yeah.
That they were thinking about like 13 and 14-year-old vampires running around, and then the Frog Brothers, who are supposed to be more like 14, in the movie would have been 8-year-olds.
Yes, I was trying to remember what the age was. Yeah.
There's like 8-year-old like Cub Scouts, like, who were trying to get these vampires.
That would be a very different movie.
And I think, like, I don't know, I ended up on a Wikipedia deep dive accidentally, and, like, I think this being a subconscious conversation about the... I mean, like, in all ways, like, whether they're whether they're older teens or younger teens, it is predation on children, and, like, in a way, like, exploitation.
Exactly,
And just knowing what the business was, like, the entertainment industry was like for teens anyway, like... There was this clip I saw from someone else who was like a child star, and that because she looked young, they kind of made her play a baby for a lot longer than would be appropriate, and that really fucked with her psyche. To have to, like, you know, be a teen pretending to be a baby.
Armand, catch it.
I had another situation where I was watching going many such cases. But, like... Yeah, but then also, like, the abuse, because there wasn't really protection. Yeah. There's a reason why we still don't see a lot of, like, kids in TV anymore.
It's real bad.
It's really bad. And the safeguards that would have to be in place, honestly, would make it a lot harder to do these things. So it's just easier to have adults play teens. But... unfortunately,
and, like, you know, I'm okay with that as long as kids are safe, because some of that shit crazy.
Absolutely. Crazy. And, like, unfortunately, one of the most high profile victims of this whole situation is in this movie, and it's Corey Haim, who unfortunately died because of these issues, compounding in the mental health, like the toll it took on his mental health. And, like, it's not good.
I also think that in the same vein, there's something to be said that these are all very like queer coded young boys as well, and how more often than not, a lot of like the houseless kids that we have are usually young queer kids because no one's looking out for them and no one's like looking for them. So like I do think it's really interesting that not only are these like young boys, but these are very like queer coded young boys.
And then on top of that, like in addition, like a lot of, because like of being unhoused and because of being queer, it makes itself like a situation rife for being exploited.
Exactly.
Because an adult comes in and offers you this, that, and the other, whether it's shelter, whether it's money for
honestly,
something.
That could exactly been how went down, considering these are very like
look at them.
Yeah.
And there's something dark-sided and nefarious happening here that I think is like implied by it, that I think also maybe like in retrospect, because I don't think it's something that would have been questioned at the time, but I think should be questioned in general. It's I hate to always be the one who comes in to ring the child abuse bell, but it's just something that always pings in my brain where I'm like, this is child exploitation. So yeah, anyway, they're in this situation. Michael gets turned into a vampire. He starts wearing sunglasses, but he's a half vampire, because that's how the lore in this thing works. Until you drink someone's, unless you kill somebody, you're still just a half vampire. You don't become a vampire until you make your first.
Aren't there a few other like version of vampires that are like that? Sure, I feel like I've seen. Like recently, I've seen. I'm like, what was it? I can't remember, because I know there are tons, but I'm just like, I cannot for the life of me remember some of the other versions.
I'm sure there is, but I also can't think about it. Like, think of it. But yeah, and so he's struggling with now all of his weird shit that's going on. Everyone's, noticing that something's off about him. His brother is kind of like, why are you being so weird and distant? His mom is like, why are you being so weird and distant?
Another thing I do love their sibling relationship. Especially like at the very beginning, how like close they are. They're just like they can just goofing off, and like I think it's so sweet. Yeah. And I think it's so sweet how Sam like refuses also to like, he's like, I'm not killing my brother. Like,
they're very tactile. There's like a bit at the very beginning where like they're looking at the grandpa's little things, like he like nudges Michael under the chin with the top of his head. They're always touching each other.
But not in a weird way. It's just very cute and sweet. And I love it. I do love that.
I also love the running gag of like the grandpa keeps giving Sam taxidermy.
Yeah, like what's up with that?
He just makes a lot of taxidermy, and then he like leaves it on his nightstand like a cat, like leaving him a kill, and he just like puts it in his closet.
Speaking of the closet,
there's a really gay poster on that closet.
That's what, that was the last piece of, I already was getting.
Because we were saying like, getting a gay vibe from Sam.
And then didn't you see that fucking picture, that fucking poster on the closet, and you're like,
lifting his shirt. Like we know.
We know. The signs are there.
The signs are there. The signs are there. Your eyebrow. Yeah, so things start getting worse for Michael. He keeps going back, and then the boys are like testing him, trying to get him to do his first kill, basically. But he doesn't want to do it. He's like,
no, my name is Louis de Pontelac, and I refuse.
Yeah, that's when like the Louis and Lestat like emulation really comes in. Where like David's like, you're a killer now, you should kill, and like be what you are and join us, and like you can be young forever and live forever and have all this cool power. And Michael's like, no, I don't want to do that. And then we have this great scene where like he's gonna attack his brother, and the dog attacks him.
Yes.
And I love the reaction from Sam where he's like, I'm telling mom. you're fucking toast, because I'm gonna tell mom that you're a fucking vampire.
They're such good siblings. I just love it. He's like, I'm telling mom.
Yeah. It's
not only that, him being like, so what did you do to my dog? Like,
yeah, like his brother's bleeding, and he's just like, "What'd you do to the dog?" And he's
you
just
must
like,
have deserved it.
Yeah, and then he's like, "No, the dog bit me." He's like, "What'd you do to make him bite you?" And it's just like so funny,
it's so good.
Yeah, it's it's great. And then the Frog Brothers get more involved because they're the quote unquote they're the experts.
Yeah,
on
expert vampire hunters.
And they assume that the head vampire is Max because he started hanging out with their mom a lot recently.
Yeah.
And he's just like, this guy seems suspicious. I don't know what's up with him. So then their mom invites him over for dinner, and they try and do all these little vampire tests to see if he's a vampire. None of them pan out. And the mom's just like,
okay.
The mom interprets it as, you're uncomfortable with me dating after your father, which, like, you need to get over it because I need to have a life, too.
Yeah.
One of the other things I did like was, about the relationships is that the mom's reasoning for wanting Michael to not go out and, like, stay with Sam isn't because she doesn't trust Sam or doesn't think he can handle his own. It's just she's afraid he's going to be lonely, which I do like, because it's, like, it's more, I don't know, there's, I like that it has nothing to do with, like, her, like, assuming that they can't take care of themselves, or,
right.
like, it's not it being a thing of, like, obligation, but it's just, like, it seems like their mom is really concerned with making sure that everyone is taken care of and no one feels left out, because then when, like, more stuff happens with Michael, she is like, she just wants to have a conversation with him. And, like, it's a scene that very much, and, like, in any other thing, it would have been like, where were you last night? Especially because, like, this is after, like, he sleeps with Star, and, like, she
right.
very clearly knows that he was out with somebody.
Right. Even the grandpa everybody comments on it.
Everybody knew. And, like, but she's not judgmental at all in that scene. And she's literally just like, I just wish you would talk to me about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that, like, what you were going through, you weren't just holding on to yourself. And I wish that you trusted me enough to think that you can tell me things and I won't get angry.
Yeah. No, this family has, like, pretty, like, healthy, like, dynamic with each other, which is why, like, you got all these external factors that are creeping in and trying to fuck that up. Yeah.
And I also feel like, I don't know, like, the situation does all feel very queer too. That's like, it's more like I'm not gonna get upset. I just would like to know. Like, I just want to be involved in your life, no matter if you think that I'm gonna be upset.
Sure,
with
like,
you,
I mean, look at your brother.
Yeah,
like,
come on.
He's clearly feels comfortable to be himself out.
Yeah.
He's got the poster on the wall. Like, there's clearly no problem. Come and talk to mom. They, like,
point out that she's, like, an ex-hippie. Like, she's just, like, really chill and whatever. But yeah, so yeah, anyway, I kind of alluded to it, but, like, he goes back, he's kind of, like, trying to find answers, and he finds Star, and she kind of tells him, like, I'm also a half vampire, and the little boy you mentioned earlier, his name is Laddie. He's also...
Laddie is so...
Don't worry about that.
So annoying. Why are you calling him
It's, like,
that?
his nickname. I don't remember what his full name is.
Laddie.
But yeah, is also a half vampire, and, she feels responsible for the whole thing because, like, he wouldn't have gone after everything. Like, she kind of is, like, the bait in the situation, and she feels guilty. Mm-hmm. And so, like, they do have, like, this whole scene and whatever. I'm trying to remember in order what happens. He comes back home, and then, like, they're like, we gotta go into the vampire lair, because they had the whole dinner.
They thought it was
they thought it was Max. He passed through the test.
They're like, well, you need to tell us who the head vampire is so that we can go and kill him. And they're like, we think it's...
And Michael immediately is like,
David.
It's gotta be David, because he's the one who's calling all the shots with the other vampires.
Right.
And so they find where they go back to the lair, that, like, old, like, hotel that they hang out in. Go in. They're sleeping like bats.
That's the other thing I really love. I do love that they are just like literally just sleeping like actual bats.
Yeah.
And then later on you see like a close up of their feet. I'm like, oh, they're like actually gripping.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy, but I do think it's really cool.
Yeah, and so they go in and they're like, we don't know who David is because like Michael stayed out to try and get Star and Laddie out, and he's struggling in the daytime now because vampire things.
Yeah.
So they go in and they're just like, which one of these fucking guys is David? And so they just start stabbing them at random, and they stab Marco, the twink.
Marco, not the twink!
And
not the classical twink!
Yeah, the platonic ideal of a twink. So they stab him. But one thing I also do like is how, like, genuinely upset the other boys in the group are.
Yeah.
Like, they're not just like, oh, you got one of us. They're like, Marco, no! Because, like, they like him. They're friends.
David even sheds a tear, even though we find out that actually little tidbit, it was just because the fucking contacts are bothering.
Yeah, the contacts are really painful. And so in the scene where, like, he's looking out and he, like, sheds a tear because, like, Marco's dead, it's just his eyes were irritated. And they were like, keep it in.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, it's gold. But yeah, I think it works. And then they're like, no, because now they're gonna show up tonight.
Mm-hmm. So they're like, we gotta get ready.
Yeah, so
it's time to prepare.
They spend all day preparing. The scene where they run into the church to fill up all their little canteens with holy water, and the people are doing like a baptism or a christening. Yeah, so that's really funny. There's a bunch of good little comedic moments. And then they, like, set up the whole thing. And I think their mom was hanging out.
Yeah, she has another date with Max. Going over to Max's house this time.
Yeah, because they were like, last time you came over here, they put raw garlic on your food and spilled water on you and turned the light. It was a whole thing. And so she goes off. They don't think anything of it. They're at the house. The vampires show up. They have this whole cool showdown with the vampires.
Yeah. I still have questions about why blood floods the fucking plumbing system after they kill Paul.
Yeah,
Paul. But whatever. I guess I won't question it. They just thought it was cool. I don't know.
It literally was just that they thought it would be really cool and fun if well, like they were saying that like all vampires die different and some of them like fucking explode. So like I think his blood just shot through all the pipes.
Okay, I can see it.
And we had like this I was gonna say all I can think of was like in the It Part 1 where like the blood shoots out of the sink.
Yeah.
But yeah, that moment happens and I'm like, it's fucking rad.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's cool, but I'm like, what? Why would that happen?
Yeah. And then we have like this showdown between like David and Michael, and then like he spears him and like he dies super quiet. And like almost like angelic light.
I know.
He looks super young when he dies. Like
serene.
Yeah.
And just like, all right. Like I don't know. It's just
it's a real like good night, sweet prince.
Yeah. It's kind of it's not what I had expected at the end for him. So yeah, there's something about it.
Yeah.
What?
It's like, a little romantic.
It is a little romantic.
Yeah. And then nothing happens because like they're like, we all feel the same. We killed the head vampire. It should go back to normal. And then Max comes in.
Yuck.
And they're like, and he sees the carnage.
Max.
There's only because they were like, try and make sure mom doesn't see the body. It's too fucking late.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
There's no way to hide all that.
There's no way to hide it. And so then the jig is kind of up. And Max is just like, yeah, I'm the head vampire. And he turns into this goofy
looking
vampire. Because they all kind of have like that Buffy the Vampire Slayer type makeup. Vampire makeup. With the ridge, the big brow ridge and the very animalistic looking, deal. and he looks awful.
He do not look good.
He looks so bad.
He doesn't look good.
And then he's the head vampire. The grandpa kills him with his truck.
Period.
And
finally coming in use.
Yeah, and then we get the iconic ending line where it's like, the thing I've always hated about this town is all the goddamn vampires, and then roll credits.
We're like, oh, grandpa.
Oh, grandpa. But yeah. So it's like, I watched this movie for the first time when I was 12 with my mom, and it changed my life.
Yeah. I think, it's fun and it's good for like the vibes.
It's such a good vibesy movie.
Like, I wouldn't say it's like perfect, but and also yeah. I do think the strongest part for me always will be like the first like sequence in the like the start of the movie is so good, but it's just a good time. It's so much fun. The fashion is good.
Yeah.
It's gay as fuck. I have such a good time watching it every single fucking time.
Yeah, I think it's really, really fun. And then I'm trying to think of what else. Did we say we were going to bring up something later? I don't know that we did. I think we just kind of talked about things.
We've been talking about it as we were talking about, to be honest.
Yeah, and then like I mentioned earlier, we watched part of the sequel, and then we realized, we learned that like it was a whole different script that wasn't going to be Lost Boys related at all. It's actually going to be about werewolves, and then they were like, it's kind of similar to Lost Boys. So then they just made it a Lost Boys sequel, and it fucking sucks.
It's terrible. We didn't even finish it. I was going to try to get us to watch both that, and there's also a third one as well. But after watching, I think it got into like 30 minutes.
It was so painfully bad.
It was so bad, and it was so... and also very heterosexual.
I was gonna say, I'm like, the thing that doesn't have... like, it's like CW heterosexuality.
Yeah.
And also, like, we kind of said that, like, in ways, David is, like, a Lestat, like, but this
God, they had an actual, like...
trying so, like, it was so...
Look it up, because there's the little blonde man...
What's his name?
With
like
a fucking blonde bob.
Yeah, he's got a blonde bob. And he's actually played by Kiefer Sutherland's brother.
Yeah. But let me tell you something.
It's so bad.
It's not good.
It's so bad. Like, this isn't like, a new statement to say that the Lost Boys sequels are bad, but my God, is it bad.
Also, it's disappointing after finding out that we were going to have, like, the Lost Girls, like...
Yeah, ever since hearing that, like, Joel Schumacher, who we did say earlier, we said that he was gay. I do want to tell you the little tidbit, when I had last looked at his Wikipedia page, that he said he has slept with 10,000 to 20,000 men in his life.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
We tried to do the math.
We did the math and we're like, that's a lot.
That's a lot. Not slut shaming, but that is a lot.
Where do you find the time?
That's what I'm wondering, because that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Put it into work, though,
Put
whatever.
It into work.
Period.
But yeah, anyway, like, he said he wanted to do a Lost Girls, and like the two names he threw out made me so angry that we didn't get it. He said Drew Barrymore and Rosanna Arquette.
Yeah.
Man, we could have had it all.
Instead, we got fucking washed up Lestat.
This is another thing I've said to you before. It's like, so many vampires after Lestat want to be Lestat.
Yeah.
But they don't have the sauce, which is a lot of the times when they make a Lestat wannabe, they're not bisexual. And that's a crucial part. And that's why David has the sauce.
That's why he works.
But this other guy didn't. Because if you're making a character who's supposed to be kind of like Lestat as a vampire, they've got to be bisexual. That's why Queen the Damned Lestat doesn't work. Because he's not bisexual.
He's not bisexual. He's too straight.
He's too heterosexual. If you've already made him a brunette, so we're diverging a lot. And on top of that, you have the audacity to make him heterosexual.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
It doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
It just doesn't work.
I think this one is one of those very clearly, it's a queer reading of it.
Yeah, it's very, I mean, like, and since we know that the director is gay, that adds to it. I'm like, this stuff is intentional. It's also very intentional.
Like, to me, a Peter Pan narrative also has like a queerness to it anyway.
Yeah.
It's that homosociality we were talking about. And like in a similar way, like where Peter Pan tries to recruit Wendy to be like, well, the boys need a mother. Like, that's literally what Max does when he grabs, like, Lucy is he's like, well, the boys need a mom.
Right.
And then even though he lost his boys, didn't mean to make that pun. I was like, I just realized, like, his whole little coven was killed.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, I'll make a new one with Michael and Sam.
Like, hello? Can you back the fuck up, actually, though?
Yeah.
Who the fuck you think you are?
Yeah. And, you know, I just think it's really, there's lots of troubling things, but also, like, there is this interesting, like, you know, undertone to it that really makes it work. The homoeroticism of it all, I think, is so crucial to the enjoyment of the movie.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, I think you just call it a queer story. You know what I'm saying?
It's a queer narrative.
Queer narrative.
Yeah. Anyway, that was our super chill conversation about the Lost Boys. A lot more freeform than our others. We're just vibing. We're just
talking through it and kind of talking about it as we.
Yeah. I also I started to do the summary and then I kind of was being like, hopefully you've all seen The Lost Boys, but like, yeah, if you haven't, go see it. It's really good.
It is. It's really fun. Like I said, the fashion is fantastic. Watch it at least for that alone.
The music
at the very
is really
least,
good,
so you can be inspired and
incorporate it into your own clothes.
Yeah.
I
will say that actually that talking a little bit more about the fashion, I do like how heavily it was part of like how important it was like to the movie, because you have like Michael and his transition from, you know, his initial style to slowly becoming a little bit more darker as he turns. You have Sam, who, you know, very little gay boy. He's
got
wearing
his little earrings.
He's wearing his little
these
earrings.
Bright, loud patterns all the time.
Yes. And then you have the boys, of course. And one of the things that I saw when I was like looking a little bit more onto fashion was that a lot of their clothes are like little bits and pieces of things that they just like found, because, you know, these are like these houseless kids, and so there's a lot of that incorporated into, of course, just a very kind of gothic / punkish kind of fashions that they are embodying. Even with, let's see, Star and Laddie, their little jackets that they wear was supposed to kind of like be that, leaning into that decayed Victorian romantic look as well that they were going for. So I just really appreciate it. I love fashion. I love I love costume design. I just thought it was really cool. So that's, like I said, so watch it at least for the fashion. You know, it's fun.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, I forget how we end these things.
I mean, yeah, so that was our chat, and we will be doing the next one on Chronos.
Yes, the Guillermo del Toro vampire movie. I think his first feature film.
That's coming out in January.
Oh god.
January. Can y'all believe that the year's over? What the fuck? That's weird. Anyways, that's coming in January, and then our last one's going to be Ganja and Hess. In February. So really looking forward to watching that for the fourth time, and for myself. Yeah, so you know, check us out everywhere else. Subscribe to us, follow us, comment if you're on YouTube, since this is on YouTube and also on, you know,
other platforms,
other respective
platforms.
You
can put comments. I know you can put comments on Spotify.
Oh yeah.
Now.
Okay. Well, wherever you
choose to listen to. I think I don't know if Buzzsprout, wherever you choose to listen to, or just DM us if you want to talk more about us. You can do whatever you want, or
join us on our streams.
Yeah, join us on Twitch stream and just talk to us about vampires more, or the Lost Boys.
We love that.
Yeah. So that's kind of I That's all we got.
That's all we got.
That's all we got. There's not. That's the end of it. There's nothing else.
Yeah, I was like, what's the line? What's the fucking line? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks, y'all. Bye.
Thanks, bye.